Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wizard101 video on the channel, and in today's video I want to talk about the spring test realm that has just recently come out. Real quick, if you are interested in playing or hopping on test realm, all you have to do is have made that purchase within the last month in Wizard101, and then you can just simply hop on, install it, and go play. I will link the update notes in the top pinned comment of this video, so be sure y'all go and check it out. There's a couple of things that are very important to talk about. The gauntlet. This is probably one of the better parts of the update, I want to say. Thankfully, I got in there and did it really quick with the team. I didn't really have to come across any bugs or anything like that. I know a lot of people are dealing with a lot of game-breaking bugs in the community, but personally, my end, no crashes. This is probably the best PvE content that we've gotten probably in a long time or ever that isn't a mainline world. Like, to me, this PvE content was actually innovative and it felt fun and it has some replayability. And for once in my life in Wizard101, I actually felt semi-invested into what was going on in that gauntlet. So the new gauntlet, in terms of like, innovation and, the actual quality of the content, I'd probably give it like a solid like 9 out of 10. Probably one of the better things they put out. Couple of issues I have with this gauntlet is the fact that the only replayability for it is the actual content itself, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of a good problem to have, I guess, if you're a PvE player, right? But you don't really have a reason to go back in and do it because they simply copied and pasted the library gear template from last year. Now, this new templated gear does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, they did a great job. The art team did a great job here. I'm not trying to downplay that. It just feels like there's not really much of a reason for me to go back or want to go back and do that gauntlet, even though I really, again, like the content. I just wish there's like something to go for, something cool I could be happy about going for, but that's not really there in this gauntlet. So I'll give it the quality of the content a 9 out of 10, and the incentives probably like a 2 out of 10 for me. Next up, we have the rank for weaving quests. Now, I'm just gonna straight out say it. I think these are not good. I think the only people who benefit from this are probably storm wizards who can now get their dual blade in PvE. Because previously what happened was the 6 other schools would weave into Storm to get a 55 blade, but Storm couldn't weave into Storm because, well, they're a Storm, and they wouldn't get the 55 blade. But now, if you are on a Storm, you can weave into Life and get that 55 blade that everybody else has. So for PvE players, I'd say that's like the biggest W of the update. For PvP players, it's really a nothing burger. A cool part of the update is that you can actually get new pets and tier jewels with the rank 4 weaving, because not every school gets a new fusion and whatnot. It's pretty cool, I guess. I don't really see myself doing it because the tier jewel is just not good. And the pet probably looks cool, but the pet's also not good, so I don't really care to go for it, especially with how grindy and tedious the weaving quests are. Like, I'm not gonna go do all that work for no reward. It's just not worth it. Next up, we have the Spellements upgrade. So I made videos about this the past week over the teasers, but essentially these are the new shads, the new scions, that kind of stuff. In my opinion, this is probably the biggest selling point of the update. It's just great to have this happen finally. For PvE players, you simply can just make almost all your spells better, and for PvP players, it's just a big meta change. Not only is it a big meta change, but KingsIsle is trying to double down on the whole Rochambeau school identities, and also slowing the pace down in PvP. Because as of right now, and how it's been for quite some time, the pace has been really quick, and if you make like one small mistake, you just fall over and die. Unless you're on a school like Life or something, or Balance, where it's pretty easy to play relatively. So you can get these Spellements by doing the Cabal's Revenge raid, aka the Player's raid. You can do the Arc 3 rematches, which are also in the update as well. I will be trying those out probably. You could also get the Spellements by doing cantrip chests in the respected worlds. And as always, once this stuff does hit live realm, I will keep you guys posted with the best videos to help you max tier your Spellements as fast as possible. There's a couple little things here like team up improvements, which is pretty nice, and donating pet system. So basically, if there's a pet you don't want, you could donate it to the kiosk, you'll get some gold back, and it'll just roam around the pet pavilion. I think this is a cool feature, but already in test realm, I'm seeing people like lag out the entire zone. So maybe a way to like turn that off so my, my PC or my Wiz doesn't lag, that would be nice. They made a little update to the Bazaar, a couple of Beast Moon updates, including the new ultimate like cat or rat set. Looks pretty cool. I might go for that. They nerfed Celestia for PvE players. Apparently people were getting stuck there, so I mean, I guess that's great. And some magic mirror changes as well to, help customize and express yourself better in the game. And as of right now, that is pretty much it for like the PvE side of things and the general side of things. Now, in this video, obviously, I'm a PvP channel. We're gonna talk about the meta. So, there's a couple of things here. One, life finally got nerfed. Now, this school just could not lose unless you queued a balance. It was like impossible. If you lost on a life, you either deck filled or you're terrible. So as of right now, Goat Monk has been slightly nerfed. It kind of got the Gearhead effect, right, where Gearhead got quote nerfed, but it didn't really get nerfed. It's kind of the same thing with Goat Monk here. So they took a bit of damage off and put more on the healing. So essentially, maybe if you go for a heal counter now, like a Pirate or a Triton, you're not actually going to lose the trade as much anymore. Also, we know Life is getting some nerfs to their dots as well. I believe they are getting a couple of deferred dots. I forget which dev told me, but not their entire library will be deferred, but I think most of it will. But as right now, at least on this patch of test realm, there are no changes to hots or dots or buffing the overtime or heal counters right now. So essentially the only life nerf they got was a slap on the wrist for Goat Monk, kind of like what happened with Gearhead a while ago. Alright, the second thing that is going to be on the community's mind is balance. What are they going to do about balance? Because balance has been the most broken school alongside of life and, death in the drain meta the whole time, right? Balance is right there beside them the whole time. And so we're kind of in this spot now where life is nerfed, but balance is just so broken still, And I think back to when the entire community was like, oh, Burn and Pop are getting banned, it's going to be unplayable, and now it's just still leagues higher than every other school in the game. Absolutely insane, by the way. At the very least, KI should like PvP ban the top path of Scales of Destiny. I'm sorry, but there's no reason that that spell should be nearly hitting as hard as a Storm while going around shields for 5 pips on a balance when they can sit on 100 resist with Brace the whole game. Absolutely insane. Horrible idea. And I think we're past the point of them auditing Scales. They've audited Scales 3, I think 2 or 3, 4 times, and every single time the card is broken and it's meta. So that's why I'm saying just ban the top path of Scales like you do with a lot of the other, path A spells, and leave the bottom path as a decent utility. The other one is Judgments. I mean, this doesn't really take a, scientist to figure this one out, but it's 100 damage per pip when balance is balanced around 85 damage per pip. Yeah, not really rocket science. Balance has a ton of other broken things in their library, but Judgment and Skills are the two things that you cannot counter and you cannot do anything against. So that's why I believe KI should PvP ban Judgments and top path Skills just to fix those problems that you cannot, play around. Aside from that, we still haven't heard back from the devs in terms of any dual school fixes to the Storm School, which I gotta be honest is pretty sad. It's been almost 3 months now since the Sunnopolis update, and Storm Wizards are just kind of been put in the corner because you just see the 6 other schools out there having fun, being creative, doing all these cool spells, and then Storm Wizards don't get to engage with any of that. It's just not fair at all. Either way, though, I do think Storm is probably going to be one of the best schools within this new patch with, everything we've seen so far. Obviously, there is still time. They could, ban Scales, ban Judgment, make some more balance changes, you know, ban this, that, fix this, that, you know. There's still time. I mean, overall, pretty good update for PvP. I'm happy about it for PvP and PvE, honestly, as well. You know, the rematches, the Spellements, the gauntlet is great as well. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. I would say, like I said, pretty good update so far. If there's any more news, I will keep you posted on the channel. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and take care.